Reports tell me that you fell short on your September quota, Miss Belsky. 1,000 pounds of steel were expected from you, but you delivered just over 800.
I'll do better this month, sir.
Are there any problems or distractions that I should know about?
No, but if I may ask, what's the significance of these?
Excuse me?
I was under the impression we were moving away from all of those quota demands lately.
You'd be mistaken. Our sector still needs us to meet certain goals to keep the supply of steel to the country up.
How can that be? It's always been outdated and needless. Now it starts to improve in other areas and we just keep tying ourselves to them?
I'm sorry, Miss Belsky. Until we get orders for the Central Committee, we're staying the course.
Please, Cheslov, with all due respect, I don't think...
We're in a precarious position with these so-called reforms. I don't agree with any of it. Khrushchev's renegades are going to run us all into ruin, and I don't want to hear my own comrades asking why we can't help accelerate it.
I'm sorry for my ignorance. I promise to make up for this.
You will not raise your temper about this again. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now return to your post.
Cheslov get you for daydreaming again, Laika?
No, it's nothing.
Believe what I was hearing. Says the Americans are scared to hell and back.
I don't get all the fuss. That's only a hunk of metal and a rocket. A waste if you ask me. We've got better things to deal with now.
You guys talking about Sputnik?
Why? What's it doing?
Oh, here we go.
It's only our biggest triumph yet. The first step to living among the stars, right here on our doorstep.
Of course, the local spacecraft thinks it's so grand.
Marlin, the boundaries of our entire world have grown because of it. Your friend said it himself. Even the Americans are in awe.
Don't you know how tiny the craft actually is? I've lived in boxes bigger than Sputnik.
Like I tried to tell you, you can be small, but significant.
Back at it with a lecture on how tiny we are in the universe, eh? Tell me, if we're so minuscule, what does anything matter?
I never say that. You always miss my point. We're at the dawn of a new age today, boys. This should be our proudest time.
Proud? Not as long as the traitor Khrushchev leads us.
What does that matter?
With a single speech, he sparked riots that caused chaos. And I'm expected to believe a wasteful rocket toy makes it all right.
You have a strange meaning for toy. Sputnik is living proof that we'll lead the world to a new frontier, no matter who's on top.
You've got to wake up to what's really happening, Laika. The Premier is just distracting the most, impressionable of us from his faults. Sputnik's just a tombstone planted on Stalin's legacy.
A tombstone worth planting.
What was that? Something to say about Comrade Stalin, do you? You don't fancy yourself a revisionist, do you?
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Listen here, Laika. It's foul enough to hear this kind of traitor talk from the state. But now, at my own work too. I will not stand for yet another filthy Trotskyist like you.
What the? Trotskyist?
Sonia, don't.
Just because Khrushchev says it's okay does not mean it's right. Stalin was the only man fit to lead us to true victory.
How can you say that? So many of my friends and relatives were lost to the gulags because of him.
Then there were counter-revolutionaries who threatened our way of life. I see where you get it from now.
If you think you know what
I know is your grandfather would be ashamed of you.
That's enough! You never know when to keep your trap shut, do you? Hey, Laika! When you get a block on the moon, make sure to send us a postcard.
I don't know why they won't see the value in Sputnik. For all of time, a mammal-made object being put into the stars could only happen on the pages of science fiction stories. Now, we've turned it into our reality. This is an extension of the revolution itself, yet those who hold it in the highest regard act as if this is its downfall. Has leadership been faultless? Far from it, both now and then. But that's why there will always be new ground to build upon, and new work to improve on. As long as that work remains, I'll continue doing my own small part to help chart the path forward.
Good morning, ma'am. Is this Laika Belsky?
Yeah?
My name is Vladimir Yazdovsky. I'm here from the Institute for Aviation and Medicine to bring you some important news.
Institute for what now?
As a space enthusiast, I'm sure you're familiar with Sputnik.
Yes? What of it?
I'm authorized to tell you a follow-up is in the works. Sputnik number 2 is being prepared as we speak and should be ready to launch within a month.
What? Really?
Yes. This time our hope is to put a living mammal into orbit. Just picture it. The world's first person in space, celebrating 40 years of revolution.
And what does this have to do with me?
We've been looking for only Russia's best, and you stood out the most to us. You've been selected as our test subject for Sputnik number 2.
All right, you got me. Who put you up to this? Hey, it was you, wasn't it, Marlon?
This is no practical joke, ma'am.
I would have never...
Under no circumstances can you share this with anyone. You will be prosecuted if you do. Harshly.
This is... I just...
If it feels too daunting, you do have the option to refuse. We have other candidates who'd be happy to take your place. Welcome aboard. There will be a bus waiting outside for you at 12 p.m. today. Prepare how you see fit, and we'll be sure to inform your workplace. Be ready. And, you can keep the pen.
People are sleeping!
Ow, ow, ow!
Pleasure to see you again, Laika. Right this way.
Don't let me forget to shake your hand as soon as mine are free.